All right, folks, we'll begin. We're just waiting on the officials right now. Yet to see them out on the ice. Saw them on the far corner there, but no one on the ice right now. But for now, we get set for the third game of the day. The 12:30 start time between the Metro West Force Citadels and the Quad County Whitecaps. Was looking at the standings in between, and a regulation win for either team would put them into the final. I'm just trying to eavesdrop, which obviously I won't be able to eavesdrop from all the way across the rink, but see, okay, here the officials are coming onto the ice on the right side of your screen. Might just have three of them out here for this game, but that's all right. There's a lot at stake, but I think we'll be fine with just the three officials out there. My name's Troy Langstaff. Thank you for joining me here on the High Button Sports continued coverage of the U15AAA Provincial Female Championship here in Antigonish, Nova Scotia at the Charles V. Keating Center, home of the St. FX X-Men and X-Women of U Sports. So, like I said, Whitecaps and Citadels with 2 points here today. Either team can punch their ticket to the final. Quickly take a look at the standings. The Whitecaps are in second with 4 points, but this is their final game of the tournament. The Citadels, this is their third game. They have 3 points, and then up at the top of the standings is a Metro East Inferno with 5. If we go to extra time and 2 points for a winner, 1 point for a loser, then it gets kind of confusing. But a regulation win for either team is kind of the easiest way to look at the standings. And if either of these two teams can win in regulation, they will go to the championship final tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Okay, so here's the second lines person, and we're ready to rock and roll here from the Keating Center. Arm is up. And here we go, a big game. It's our third last of the round robin play, and we are underway here between the Whitecaps and the Citadels. Going into the far corner. Met over on the far side by Harley Foubert. Back to the point. Bush with a high shot. That sails wide of the goal. In behind Katie Margaret McIntyre getting another start. She started the game earlier today here for the Whitecaps, which was a 3-1 victory over the Valley Wild. The Citadels, this is our first game of the day, so take that into consideration. I think it might be important down the stretch of this one. Might get some tired legs over on that Whitecaps bench, but the Citadels playing today, or right now, sorry, and then the final game against the Metro East Inferno at 4:30, so let's see if that comes into play. Getting the start for the Citadels on the other side, number 31, Liliana Oliveira. Summer McLean in on the forecheck. McLean centering feed out in the middle. Unable to connect with it in the slot was Olivia McKecker, and it was a hard pass out front. Nice feed to the near side, Braga McClellan. That shot goes off a skate. Morrison, that looks like, back to the line again. That's blocked, and now a chance here the other way for the Citadels. Charlotte O'Dane down the left side, cutting into the middle. Shot, beauty, stop there by McIntyre. That's huge for McIntyre to make a big save here early in this one and get set. You know, as many shots as you take, I'm not a goalie, so I can't really spit for this, but I can only imagine that as many shots as you take in warm-up obviously doesn't compare to the real thing in the game. So big to get a big save underneath her belt early here in this one, just a minute 14 into the game. Whitecaps control off the face-off, but Lefebvre forcing a turnover. Trying to feed that in the middle for Sarah Almond. Comes back into the neutral zone now. Fed to the line for Lefebvre. Whitecaps trying to carry it up. Thrown in by Florgale McNeil. She'll head off on a change. Here's Lefebvre now, a little bit of room as the Whitecaps are changing. Almond in across the line too early as that is called for an offside here against the Citadels. Almond was looking behind her, waiting for Lefebvre to catch up and just wasn't aware of where she was on the ice. Across the line a little bit too early. Driscoll winning the face-off cleanly. Quad County Whitecaps wearing their They are the away team, so wearing their dark jerseys, the black ones, and Citadels wearing the home whites. Board battle just at the hash marks as Driscoll will carry it now for a moment across the far side. Driscoll still with it in the corner. Will feed that out in front. Cleared immediately to the far side. Held in at the blue line by Lauren Pittman. Into the corner goes Danny Ray McInnes. McInnes feed into the corner for Boyle up the wall. Held in by Bourgeois. Rebound and cleared away by the Whitecaps. It's a dangerous look there as Bourgeois sent it in. A big rebound off the right pad of McIntyre, and there was a Citadels player standing, hovering around in the area, but Whitecaps able to clear. Puck finds its way behind the net now. On the back of the net it goes. Kept alive. Battle in front of the Zamboni doors. Now played up the boards. That goes off the wall. The wall, no icing. Brooklyn Vino will collect. We'll fire it up into the neutral zone. A little bit too far for Morrison there as it's sent back off the wall and dumped in from the line by Hallie Rose McLean. Citadels looking to get out, and a big bump there inside the line. A penalty upcoming against the Citadels was almost a reverse check. It's going to be a body contact call. And I think it's going on number 17, Isabel Bush, for body checking. Or no, sorry, number 11, Charlotte O'Dane. O'Dane was skating out of the zone. It just collided with one of the Whitecaps players and quite honestly was basically a reverse check. But she didn't initiate it. That's my only point there. I guess that shot from the point deflected in front. Oliveira had the stick over. Had someone been on the back door, would have been close as that puck is touched up inside the line. So offside as Carly Boyle couldn't keep it in. Hopped over the stick. Only 20 seconds gone in the power play here for the hosting Quad County Whitecaps. Far boards carried out. Far side now, thrown in around the boards, giving chase is Summer McLean. Poked up the wall. Settled down by Kate Morrow. Actually, back at the point, here's McClellan. Takes a slap shot right into the shin pads of Carly Beaton with a nice block. Worked at the wall. Back at the line it goes. Boyle able to keep it in this time. Down low. Cross ice pass. Looked for a minute like he was going to get there. Whitecaps able to keep it in as that slides by our left post of Oliveira. The neutral zone it comes. Almond with an eye on Boyle here. Played back up. Summer McLean loses it on the stick handle. That was awfully close as the Whitecaps are making a change, and one of the players jumping on just about touched up. We continue on. Kate Morrow down. 30 seconds left to go in the power play as O'Dane is in the box for body contact and able to send that the length of the ice was Lefebvre. In the corner now with it is Driscoll. Now far, near side rather, a break for Lefebvre chasing, can't get there in time. Just a couple seconds left on the penalty to O'Dane. Steps out of the box, 2-on-1 the other way. Ava Landry back to the near side, back across. Landry whiffs on it. Was a hard pass over and just a little late reacting to it. Well, the Citadels get away with one there. It was awfully close as it's kicked back in by Connolly. McNeil. Back to the point for Connolly. Back to the near side now for Brooks. Brooks slides that in. Ava Landry behind the net. Looks to play it up the far side. O'Dane there with some fresh legs out of the box. Here's Hartnell. Hartnell with a nice move to get around one skater. Hartnell now losing it as Brooks with a good kick to knock that away. She did that a couple times last game. Really smart with the feet. Hartnell in across the line. Still with it. Will elect to just dump it in. 8.5 left to go in the first period. The puck trickles out, and that's going to be shoveled off the boards and will go down. No icing as Liliana Oliveira is playing the puck as that goes off the stick of Foubert. Here's Boyle. Boyle will stop up and look to come back the other way. A little more room now. Boyle still with it. Passed off the far boards. Ava Landry able to get a piece of it. Bush will stop up. Pass fed in the middle. Tipped perfectly to the near side for Drew Morrison. Collected by O'Dane. Trying to get into the middle, and another good defensive play by the Whitecaps. It was Carly Boyle again. Here is Carly Boyle. Looking to make a breakout feed up to the near side boards. Puck held inside the line by the Citadels. A scrambly play right now as Morrison fires a shot, and that's knocked down by McIntyre. Back at the point, slap shot attempt by O'Brien is blocked right in front of her. There's Olivia McEachern getting in front. Lefebvre takes the pass on the near side, knocked off her stick. Here's McNeil down the left side. McNeil, sharp angle shot, misses the net wide as it rings all the way around the boards back into the neutral zone. McClellan looking to go back up as it's thrown in by Carly Beaton. 6:50 to go. A little bit of time here on the breakup for the Whitecaps, but that goes off the mark, and Bourgeois holds it in. Here's Foubert. Will hold it. Wanted to make a pass, it looked like, as that goes off his skate and in between the legs of Rachel Hartnell, who had fallen to her knees. Driscoll, nice pass across the line for Bourgeois. Bourgeois backhand feed. Goes off the helmet of McClellan. That goes into the skate of Driscoll. He'll carry it in and just fire it in on nets, and going to be held on to by McIntyre. Again, first game of the day for the Citadels. They'll play in the final game of the day later at 4:30 for the Whitecaps. This is their final game. Game number 4 of 4. It's still in the race for a berth in the championship final. Citadels pressing. That shot was kind of twirling in and caught the shoulder of McIntyre, but popped right back out in the slot for a moment as that's sent off the glass and out as the Whitecaps will get a change in. Pass to the near side. Morrison out of her reach. McInnes back to get it. Off the boards now for Boyle. Sent back in. O'Dane gets pushed over on the far side, loses a puck as the Whitecaps come away. Down the far side, sent in by Kate Morrow. Bush with it now in the corner. Up to the boards, trying to tip it out was O'Brien. Here at center, and that gets dumped in by Quad County. Allman spinning away from McLean in the corner. Now that gets played up the wall into the reach of Beaton. Icing waved off. Beaton racing for it. Lefebvre heading to the net. Beaton gets to it first in the corner. 4:45 to go. Period number 1. Now a penalty upcoming as one of the Whitecap defenders gets pushed into the corner. We'll see what the call is. Going to be body contact again, going to Beaton. It looked like that was Ainsley Connolly that might have got pushed over, but right back to her feet and on the bench. Body checking call again. Second of the period here against the Citadels. This time it's Carly Beaton who will head to the box to serve 2 or less. Back to the point it comes. Carly Boyle goes across the line. Back to Boyle. Shot taken. Swinging at it was McClellan trying to get a piece of it. Couldn't connect. Summer McLean will drop it for Hallie Rose McLean. Cross ice, nice feed, shot taken, rebound shot, scores out in front on the second chance opportunity. It's Brianna McClellan. And the hosting Whitecaps are on the board first, a power play goal. So Brianna McClellan, her first goal of the tournament is a big one. We've got our first goal. The prior 2 games of the day, it felt like it took deep into the game. Maybe not in the game necessarily, but I think we went without a goal in the first period of our last game. And in our first game of the day, potentially too. So, change of pace here. Morrow and Boyle with the assists on the McClellan goal. That gets thrown in off the skate back into the slot as the Whitecaps will carry it away. Here's Summer McLean. Todre and shoots. Big rebound there. That was a nice play. I've seen that attempted a handful of times this weekend, and the player's not really able to capitalize on the shot or get much on the shot. But Summer McLean able to get one there, and the big rebound came out too. So back to the point it comes. Myla Rad will feed it in down low. Trying to bring it out in front was Carly Boyle. Here's McClellan again. That shot goes wide as Larad able to hold the line on the far side. Into the neutral zone it comes as sending it in is McNeil, and the Whitecaps will get basically a full line change in. The only one still out there is Violet McDonald. That goes off a mask of McDonald. Chasing after it now, Jenna Cleary is almost setting up pick, and the back end was one of the Citadel players forcing Cleary to skate around her. Battle for it in front of the Whitecaps bench as Cleary will dump it in. Vino, tape-to-tape pass in for Morrison in the neutral zone. And offside is going to be the call here with 1:55 left to go in the first period. Bria McLennan with the goal there on the power play just a few minutes ago. Played back, goes off the boards into the neutral zone. Isabel Bush making a nice move, backhand feed. It was looking to go down low for Morrison, and now the Whitecaps will come out the other way. Carrying it through is McLean, firing a shot off the stick of Oliveira and into the net. Battle for it near side post. Looks like it's sitting on the back of the net. And it's still there. These nets, there's a lot of netting on these nets, which forces them to kind of droop almost right at the back post or at the back of the net, and that's happened a lot of times here this weekend. Thrown in by McClellan. Played up the boards, takes a hop right onto the stick of Almond, who makes a nice move, and a pass over to Lefebvre. Lefebvre back in the middle for Almond, who takes a spill, laying on her stomach, just about played that back out in front. 1 minute left to go in the first period. Lefebvre will let it go for Almond. Wraparound attempt. Shutting the door on the far post there was McIntyre. Whitecaps will backhand it off the boards and out. That was McEachern. Here's Lefebvre, little bit of room. Whitecaps changing. Lefebvre into the middle, narrowly intercepted. Driscoll now in. A 1-on-5 almost as she gets some support now in the offensive zone. 34 seconds left to go in the period. That's thrown out by Landry. Back to the near side for Bourgeois. Up for Hartnell. 20 seconds left. Hartnell. That shot goes off the skate of Connolly. Centering feed and a nice intercepted pass there by Danny Ray McInnes as that's sent off the boards and will go the length of the ice. Just 8.1 seconds to go in the period. Offensive zone draw upcoming for the Citadels. Face-off one here by the Whitecaps as Bourgeois fires that on goal and just pinned up against the boards by McInnes. A good play to run out the rest of the time. No need to force anything, so 15 minutes come and gone. 1-0 lead here for the Quad County Whitecaps over the Citadels. Bria McClellan with the goal. We'll be back in a couple minutes for second period action. You're watching the U15AAA Provincial Female Championships on High Button Sports. Puck drop underway, period number 2, Whitecaps Citadels, third final game of the round robin play. It's the final game for the Citadels, final game for the Whitecaps. Citadels have one more later today at 4:30. That gets chipped off the boards and gonna go for an icing here early in the period against Quad County. If you're just joining us, the goalie's in between the pipes for the Whitecaps, number 1, Katie Margaret McIntyre. And for the Citadels, number 31, Liliana Oliveira. Whitecaps coming to the game with a 2-1 record with wins over Valley earlier this morning and the Warriors last night. Lost their first game of the tournament, however, against the Metro East Inferno, which if they get 1 point today, it would be in a tiebreaker situation, but of course they're not going for 1 point, they're going for 2. And then on the other side, the Citadels looking for a goal here, rather, and that gets played behind the net. The Citadels 1-0-1, won their first game of the tournament and tied their second. Down the right side, trying to drag it in as playing the body, and now we're going to get a penalty upcoming. Let's see what the call is. Going to be Bush heading to the box. 2 minutes for holding. Oh, one of the Whitecaps players trying to get a rush going down the far side, and looked like it was McNeil trying to pull it into the middle and got held up there by Bush, it looked like. So 58 seconds into the period and a power play here for the Whitecaps. Summer McLean behind the net. Oh. Feed it back to the near side. Middle of the circle, that shot goes off a stick. Was McLean with the shot. Held in at the line. Creeping in, backhand feed to McLean, also working in more shot, and that missed by just an inch. It was deflected at the near side, at the far side post, but Citadels will take it over here, able to force the turnover as it's carried down in. And going to be blown dead for offside as Robertson was in too early. Morrison had it knocked away and then got it back and sent it in, but by that time, Morrison was already in the zone. Kate Morrow with it. Beaten on her quickly. Into the far side circle, trying to work it in the middle. Summer McLean with a chance. And a good stop by Oliveira. Still 1 minute and 7 seconds left on the penalty to Bush. In the box for body contact. Or sorry, holding. Their first 2 penalties of the game were for body contact. Summer McLean in the corner. Work it up the wall. Or Allie Rose McLean into the middle, back to the point. Held in by Boyle. Takes a shot looking for a deflection in front. There's a lot of skaters in the lane in front of Oliveira. 40 seconds left to go on the power play. Long shot from the point. That gets through. Oliveira with the pad save. Into the far corner it goes. Kate Morrow works it back to the line. Trying it again, and another save by Oliveira. The Whitecaps loving this play, just working it back to the point as the forward penalty killers here. The Citadels are pretty deep in the zone, well below the circle. Top of the circle, that is. Back, or centering feed. Still loose there now in between the skates of McLean. And that gets played out. Now a breakaway the other way. Evelyn Lefebvre in all alone. Shot, scores! Short-handed goal for Evelyn Lefebvre, and we are tied at 1. Isabel Bush actually jumped out of the penalty box to go celebrate. Still has another 2 seconds to serve. But a good break there. Evelyn Lefebvre with tons of room and able to get it by McIntyre as Bush does step out of the box now, and we're back to 5-on-5. So a tough goal to give up there for the Whitecaps at the end of the power play, on a power play that was looking pretty good. Getting a lot of pucks on net. Shot by Hartnell, and that's stopped by McIntyre. Back to the point, Bush with the shot. Worked up the wall. Bush able to hold it in. Getting back to cover up at the line was Hartnell. McClellan now has the goal for the Whitecaps. Picked up by McDonald, sent around the boards for Boyle. Boyle gets knocked in to the boards by Foubert. Foubert in the far corner now. Goes back to the point, nice tape-to-tape pass. Vino with the shot. It's loose in front of McIntyre, and now she'll jump up on that loose puck. A little bit of pushing and shoving in the crease there. After that chance, no penalties. 11:08 left to go in the second. I'd say it's probably the biggest crowd we've seen of the weekend so far. controlled by the Whitecaps. Pass sent all the way into the middle. Bounced over a stick here. Summer McLean to the backhand. Will spin around, try and center it. Can't get it in there. That's chipped up the wall. O'Dane now up for Robertson, who just plays it up. And back off the boards, and now here's McNeil. Florgale McNeil fires a shot, and right into the glove of Oliveira. So the rest of our schedule today, after this one at about 2:30 time, we'll have the Valley Wild taking on the Metro West Force Warriors. Both those two teams with just 1 point so far in a game that one of those teams will pick up their first win of the tournament. And the final game of the day is the Metro East Inferno against the Citadels. The Citadels on a good rush here down the far side. High shot off the crossbar, off the stick of Sarah Allman. That goes back out in front, swiping away. Another chance and an excellent pad save there by McIntyre. That goes off the glass and will be an icing charge here against the Whitecaps, who are giving up some short-handed breaks here. Or sorry, some odd man rushes for the Citadels. But Citadels, yep, like I said, playing in the final game of the day against the Inferno. Depending on what happens in this one, that could be a huge game, determining what team makes it to the final. I think if the Citadels are able to win this in regulation, that final game of the day won't matter because the Whitecaps would be eliminated. The Citadels would jump them in the standings, and then it would be Inferno and Citadels up at the top with just those two left to play. But we'll see how this one pans out. Lots of game left. Citadels getting some good rushes going. That goes in between the legs of Foubert. Thrown on goal. Centering pass right through the crease. And getting a piece of it was Hartnell, but unable to get it in front of the net as Foubert pushes that one wide. The Citadels are all over the Whitecaps right now. Another chance out in front. High shot off the mask. A second chance opportunity. Finds the back of the net. And just like that, the Citadels are on top 2-1. It really felt like one was coming. Banging it home. Number 14, Rachel Hartnell. My apologies there, just a 2-1 lead. The amount of chances they were getting, it felt like they had one more. Whitecaps looking to respond up the wall. Summer McLean will race after it in the corner. Robertson getting there first and trying to send it up the wall. That goes in between some legs. Slap shot from the point off the stick and high and wide. Far corner now, that goes through the middle. Boyle will ring it around the boards to the far side for McLean. McLean wide open back at the point is Landry with a slap shot, but all 5 Citadel players were in a straight line in front of their goalie. So that's dangerous, but the puck wasn't getting through all 5 of them. 8:37 to go. 2-1 lead for the Citadels. Looking for another one in tight. That shoveled toward the net. And man, McIntyre didn't even know where that one was. It just went off the right leg, the right pad. Brooklyn Vino with the assist on the Hartnell goal. That's played out in front. High shot off the crossbar. Citadels thought it hit the back bar, but it did not. That was awfully close. And the Metro West Force Citadels are playing some unreal hockey right now. Getting chances left, right, and center. Whitecaps just down by 1, though. All it takes is a shot. Connolly fires that on goal. Far side post centering feed behind the back. Taking a shot near side, firing away. A good save, another chance. Puck still loose apparently, and now we'll hear the whistle blown as the Whitecaps with a good response there. Getting some chances. Liliana Oliveira all to the task in front though. 7:44 to go. Face-off one back to the point as Brooks shovels it in, swiping away, loose, near side post, shot scores! We're tied at 2. What a game, folks! We're going back and forth here inside the Keating Center. A massive goal for the host team. Kate Morrow banging it home in front. All 3 forwards were within 5 feet of that crease. And Morrow getting the last touch over the glove of Oliveira. Holy. This crowd is loving it as much as I am. The fans are loving it as much as I am. Maybe a little bit more stressful than the family and friends up there in the crowd, considering I have no bias here. Ava Landry and Hallie Rose McLean with the assists on the Morrow goal. 7:05 to go in the second period, tied at 2. Down the far side, trying to work her magic is Ella Driscoll. Driscoll's got a couple of goals in the tournament. A backhand shot out front off the stick of Hartnell. Stopped by McIntyre. Far boards now. Here's McLean, played up, kept in by Bourgeois. Collected in stride by Summer McLean, trying to go right down Main Street, gets hauled down. Tried to get around the defender, had a stick up there, absolutely, but almost got a backhand shot off. Here's Foubert now. Pass to the far side for Robertson. Robertson now gets a stick up underneath her arm, and that's going to be a penalty against the Whitecaps. Danny Ray McInnes heading into the box. 2 minutes for hooking. It's been a very clean tournament, but I think we're up to 4 or 5 penalties in this one, and we're just past the midway mark. So makes for lots of good action. That shot goes wide by O'Dane. Played back down low. Over there to meet it is Carly Boyle, who has a chance and gets that up high and over the head of Bush and down the length of the ice. Oliveira way out of the net to stop that in the corner. That gets played into the middle. Bush now far side, just an inch past the stick of Driscoll. Bush now with it. Across the line. Winds up, fires a hard slap shot, hits the side of the net. Oh, for a second that might have went in. And no one at the line. Bush will get there. Fire a wrist shot, that goes wide. 1 minute through the McInnes penalty. Slid across by Rozong. Bush's shot is blocked by Morrow. That comes back to the line. Here's Hartnell. Far side Bush. Bush winds up, slap shot. Couple of saves made there by McIntyre. Battle for it in the end boards. Coming in to help out is Driscoll. Gets her stick lifted. Driscoll into the far corner now. Gets pushed again into the boards. Some pushing and shoving there. Back at the line now. Almond will dish it off. Hartnell spinning around. Hartnell driving it to the net. Loses it. Now goes around the net with it. Rachel Hartnell still with the puck. Now back to the point for Rozong, and that takes a hop, skip, and a jump over her stick, and the Citadels will have to clear. Hartnell and across the line. Back to 5-on-5 as McInnes steps out of the box. 4:15 left to go in the second period. That pass up for Beaton. Bounces off the stick. Kept in for a moment by Rozong. Chipped out. Whitecaps looking to go the other way. Shovel to the far side. Bounces off the boards in front of the Whitecaps bench. They'll make a couple changes on the back end. Here's Beaton now in the neutral zone, that is. Had lots of room as the defenders for the Whitecaps were changing, but teammates didn't notice and couldn't get her the puck in time. 3:40 to go. Rosong. Backhand feed, comes into the middle for Beaton, hops over, or off the stick, gets it back. Here's Beaton in on a breakaway to the forehand. Excellent save by McIntyre. McIntyre reading that one perfectly and getting the right leg over to make the save. That's swung at, backhand feed, far side. Brooks trying to get down and block it as that's shoveled over the crossbar and in behind the net. That goes off a stick. Pittman kicking it back up. Now making a change are the Whitecaps as that's thrown back in around the net. 2:55 to go in the second period. Here's sideboards thrown into a crowd in front as Brooks was battling for positioning. A stretch pass up. Summer McLean trying to work back the other way, but a good stick there by Bourgeois. Maybe we'll try this again as Landry gets knocked down, delayed offside. Doesn't matter, Whitecaps are changing. 2:22 to go, 2-2 here in the second period. Looked up at that perfectly as that's intercepted. Now a chance in the slot. Knocked in between the legs there of McLean and just sailed by her stick there and through the crease of Oliveira. Far side now, McLean, long shot. Around the boards. Pushed back in by Morrow. Back into the corner. Bourgeois couldn't get a stick on it. Go back down low again. Fed through the middle. Brooks back the line, firing a shot down on one knee to stop that. Was Robertson. Doesn't have the legs to clear. Will change on the fly. 1.5 to go in the second. Bounces off the stick of Cleary. Whitecaps got to be careful in their own zone. Vino, short pass up for Hartnell. Sends that in the zone a little ways. Vino can't keep it in. Good decision not to feed it across. There's two Whitecaps players in the neutral zone awaiting it. Far side, one-touch pass. Less than a minute to go in the second period. Drop pass, high shot, glove down by Oliveira. Making it look easy in the net there, Liliana Oliveira. Just calmly reaching out. I'll take that, thank you. 53.8 to go. 2-2 in the second period between the Whitecaps and the Citadels. A regulation win for either team would put them in the championship game tomorrow against the Inferno. Actually, that depends. So scratch that point, but a regulation win would move either team on. .30 seconds to go. Whitecaps hold it in. Landry giving chase. Fed over here for Beaton. Makes one move to the outside, looking to use her speed. Beaton down the boards. Gets poked by Ainsley Connolly. Making a good defensive play as that puck comes out of the neutral zone. 5 seconds left to go. Firing a shot there was O'Brien, and I'm sorry, that was Pittman rather, but puck's going to be pinned up against the boards anyways, and that'll do it for the first 30 minutes of play. We are knotted up at 2 goals apiece here between the Quad County Whitecaps and the Metro West Force Citadels. Don't go anywhere. Sure to be an exciting third period. You're watching the U15AAA Provincial Female Championships on High Button Sports. All right, folks, welcome back to the High Button Sports live stream. My name is Troy Langstaff, and we are underway in period number 3 between the Quad County Whitecaps and the Metro West Force Citadels. Scramble draw to begin this one. We are all knotted up at 2 goals apiece. A huge game here at Provincials. Could determine who's moving on to the championship game. We could have our 2 finalists at the conclusion of this one, depending on who wins. If the Whitecaps are able to win in regulation, they will move to the final. And then it will be between the Inferno and the Citadels. If the Citadels win, then it will be the Citadels and the Inferno in the championship game. That has to be in regulation, of course. So lots and lots of scenarios still left to be played out, but hopefully we have an exciting third period because it has been an awesome game so far. If you're just joining us, it was a 1-0 lead for Quad County after 1 period of play. And then the Citadels got 2 straight before Quad County responded 2-2. Here's a rush for the Citadels. Down the far side, backhand shot. Big rebound comes out in front. As they're trying to go 5-hole, that was Driscoll. But an excellent save there by McIntyre. That's dumped in by Brooks, as a full line change being had now by Quad County as they are into the neutral zone now. Around the far side of the net. Sorry, near side. Cycled to the far side. That pass is whiffed on. Riley O'Brien trying to work it up the wall. Veronica Boyle putting that in the corner. Comes back to the near side. And in the middle, here's Foubert across the line. Chips it in. All alone is Sarah Almond, now waiting for some reinforcements who will get there. That puck is right pinned up against the boards. I think 3 of the 5 players in there have a stick on it. I don't think that puck's coming loose. Okay. The announcer's jinx works. Puck's loose. Shot is blocked. Bourgeois from the point. That goes off someone's helmet and landed on the back of the net. Or caught someone up high as they're able to get it out. Sharp angle shot. Almond trying to find a hole in between the posts and McIntyre. That shot goes wide. Almond with it in the corner, being given lots of time and space back to the line, and Bourgeois can't hold it in. Go off the boards up for Almond, who will just flick it into the far corner. Lefebvre giving chase, but first to it is Danny Ray McInnes. Worked out of the corner now. That shot was blocked. Lots of room now for the Citadels. Work back to the point. Hops over the stick of Vino. Slap shot by Bourgeois. Goes off the shin pads of Landry. To the far boards. Ava Landry will receive it off the right skates and just about got run over by Isabel Bush, who was coming off the bench with speed. Whitecaps making a change. Now Morrison looking to take advantage. Down the right side. Whiffs on the shot. Some fresh ice out there. Puck sliding a little bit more than it was at the end of period number 2. Far side is McLean. Passed over for, far side was McNeil over for McLean. Here's O'Dane. Across center, backhands it in. 11 minutes to go in the third. Shoveled into the middle. McNeil tied up with O'Brien as Macy Brooks gets it in deep. Off the board, Summer McLean. All these McNeils and McLeans starting to mix me up a little bit. Summer McLean will drop it to the point. Lots of room there. High shot taken. Misses. Big bounce off the end boards. Just about came back out in front, but no one there for Quad County. Citadels making a change. Thrown in. Far side pass. That goes off the boards. Almost intercepting it was Foubert. Back up, Bourgeois. Both teams making changes here. Got to be careful with that play. In close to the bench. Driscoll into the corner, stays with it, feeds that out. Intercepted here by the Whitecaps. McLean working it down low, trying to get around Bourgeois. Centering feed, far side circle, and taking a spill there. Unable to get to it as that shot's deflected. And knocked down by a high stick. So play's going to be blown dead for that, but a good chance in the far circle there. It was Violet McDonald. It was backing up as the puck was inching closer and closer in between her legs, and just took a spill. She's all right. Still out there on the far wing. Less than 10 minutes to go in regulation. We're fresh off of a tie in the 10:30 a.m. game. That's played out in front. It was 2-2 between the Metro East Inferno and the Metro West Force Warriors. Here's Hartnell down the right side. Already got one goal today. Rips that one wide. Summer McLean in there. Just about collided with Hartnell. Played up the boards, held in at the line. Long shot taken, blocked in front by the Whitecaps. And played up by Danny Ray McInnes. McInnes trying to knock it down. McLean able to hold the line. Some impressive hand-eye there. Sent in by McClellan. Now worked back below us for Lefebvre. Lefebvre had a shorthanded goal in that second period. Tied things up at 1 before Rachel Hartnell took the lead. And now play's going to be blown dead. Looks like the net is off and behind Katie Margaret McIntyre. Quick whistle after that face-off. We'll try this again. That shot goes all the way across ice. Off the boards and chipped out. Vino back to collect. Has Lefebvre on the near side. Tried to get it to her, but narrowly intercepted by McLean. Landry in the slot, swiping and takes a huge bump. No penalty upcoming as Isabel Bush just ran over Landry out front there. We continue on. Beaten with a shot. Goes wide and maybe now up the far side. A chance here for the Whitecaps. Just going to get to center actually and send that in off the stick of Kate Moreau. Here's Vino. Vino with the shot. McIntyre put the stick on it, or tried to put the stick on it, but it hopped over and luckily caught some of the pad as that gets in behind Vino. Arm is up for icing, won't get there. Collected by the Citadels. Circled back around by Rozong. One touch pass into the middle, skated on almost by Robertson. Not quite though. That's intercepted by Robertson. Outside the line, chips it in. 7:15 to go in the third period. That's played out, goes off the skate of McNeil. Florgale McNeil will try to get it in again, but heads off in a change. Summer McLean trying to chip that out. Whacks at it this time. Landry plays it up into the middle. And backhanded in by O'Dane. Cross ice pass by McLean, goes off the far boards, and offside is going to be the call here against the Whitecaps. That's poked up. Here's McLean down the left side. Centering feed goes right through the crease. No one can get a piece on it. Out in the middle, Hartnell, the intended recipient of that pass. They didn't reach it. Here's Foubert. Will just carry it in this time. Dropped for Hartnell. Nice play. Now taken the other way. If they can get it into the middle, that would have been a partial break for, or would have been a breakaway for Landry, but a good stick by Bourgeois intercepts the pass. 6 minutes left to go here in the third period. Been an amazing game so far. Out in front now. Shot taken. Big rebound as McIntyre gets over. There wasn't a second shot taken. Now we'll get one as McIntyre will glove that down. Citadels pressing here on that last shift, getting some good chances. 5:53 to go. Bush, slap shot from the point, hits some skates in front. Finds its way to the corner, back to the line for Bush. Wrist shot this time, blocked. Getting in front of that was Violet McDonald, taking it off the shin pads. Sent up the boards, Vino skating back, keeps it in, and collision there just inside the line as Summer McLean gets back to her feet. McLean will pick up the loose puck, collides with Almond. That's played into the middle, no one there for the Citadels, and just about picked up by Beaton. Down below the goal line now. Played out for Lefebvre, but intercepted and sent high off the glass and the length of the ice by Summer McLean. So icing here against the Quad County Whitecaps. 5:02 to go. Troy Langstaff with you here on the High Button Sports live stream on YouTube. Very solid crowd in here for Game 3 on the second day of action. 2 more games left to go after this one. Got the Valley Wild taking on the Metro West Force Warriors at about 2:30, and then at 4:30 the Inferno against the same Citadel team. I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, if you will, that the Citadels, this being their first game of the day, might have a little bit fresher legs than the Whitecaps, but that hasn't seemed like an issue to me at all. Quad County has played a really solid game here today, as have the Citadels, and that's why we find ourselves tied at 2 here in the last 4.5 minutes of the third period. Quad County's sitting in second place right now in the standings. Citadels right behind them in third, but the Citadels, of course, with the game in hand. Sharp angle shot, rebound comes loose. Back to the point. Here's Rozong winding up. That gets knocked off of a skate and into the near side boards. 3:55 to go. Kate Morrow around the boards, unable to hold the line, and now poked up. Here's Landry. Ava Landry down the far side. Has some help. Will hold on. Shot, scores! Ava Landry snipes one by Oliveira. And the Whitecaps have a 3-2 lead with 3:54 to go. So now a timeout being taken here by the Whitecaps, as I will update you as of right now. If the game were to end right now, this would be the standings. Whitecaps in first place with 6 points. Metro East Inferno in second with 5 points. I'll wait for the announcement. Landry's goal unassisted. So Whitecaps in first with 6 if the game were to finish now. Inferno in second with 5, and then the Citadels in third with 3 points, and then it would come down to the final game of the day between the Citadels and the Inferno. Citadels would have to win that in regulation. That's as it stands right now, but still 3:42 to go. Lots of time for more goals. That gets played through. Summer McLean will backhand it in deep. It gets a little bit confusing if we go to extra time and there's single points being handed out. Potentially both teams with 1 point if there's a tie. We've seen 2 ties already this tournament. 1 yesterday, 1 today. Puck still bouncing around in the neutral zone. Here's Foubert in across the line. That shot's blocked. Second shot also blocked. Looking to go back to the point. Will dish it off for Bourgeois. In the slot area, in some skates. The Whitecaps can't get caught with too many players deep or trying to exit the zone early. Summer McLean trying to come in. Now she's got a chance and goes off the post. Tried to put it over top of Oliveira and got it past her, but not past the iron. Off the post it goes. 2:35 to go. That's nearly intercepted by Landry. Knocked down outside the blue line, delayed offside, and it is touched up by Allie Rose McLean on the far side. Knocked into the zone by the Whitecaps. Back to get it is Lefebvre. Looking to play it in the neutral zone as McNeil takes a hard bump after that, making that pass. Here's Bush. Down low. Gets it by into the corner. Chasing down Danny Ray McInnes. Bush in the corner. Now pulled out by Beaton. Beaton trying to drive to the net. Back for Vino. That shot's blocked. Up the near side boards. Up through the neutral zone. Bush having to get there quickly. McDonald in there for the Whitecaps. She'll head off on a change. 1:45 left to go. Vino will carry it out. Vino gets a stick. I don't know, that was a Whitecaps player getting the stick knocked out of their hands as a lot of people collided and a ton of Citadel players on the ice right there. And that puck might have caught someone as that shot just goes wide. 1:25 left to go. Driscoll looking to start a rush from her own end. Ella Driscoll carries it out down the far side, creating a rush and has the puck knocked off her stick and rides hard into one of the Whitecaps players, delayed offside, and looks like it might have caught a piece of one of the Citadel players. Looked like it was still bouncing. I don't know if anyone touched it, but play is blown dead. Obviously, those officials having a way better view than down there. A lot closer to the action when it comes to that. I mean, I got a pretty good view up here in the media deck, and now it looks like a timeout's going to be taken by the Citadels. So 1 minute and 7 seconds left to go. Ooh, the drama. Couple games left to go here at the Provincial Tournament. Championship game going tomorrow at 11 a.m. We're basically down to 3 teams as the Valley Wild and Warriors have essentially been eliminated with only 1 point each and no way of getting up to that second spot. They will play each other after this game concludes at 2:30. And then, of course, the final game of the day, Citadels and Inferno. Puck drop back underway as we inch closer to the final minute. And there it is, 1 minute left to go. Hartnell with the shot. The net is empty. It's a 6-on-5. Slap shot from the point goes off a body and below the goal line. Played into the corner by McNeil. Centering feed. Robertson, chance here, cleared into the corner. Robertson will work it down low. Robertson near side, stick lifted. Excellent play by McInnes. And the Whitecaps are able to clear, just aren't able to get that on net. So an icing charge here against Quad County with just 31.9 seconds to go. Looked like someone was going to have a chance in the slot area, but an excellent defensive play by the Whitecaps defenders to clear it into the near side boards. 30 seconds to go. Scramble draw, top of the slot. Whitecaps have it and able to get it out of the zone. They'll take it. Rozong feeds it in. Loose puck. It's going to be carried into the corner, actually sent around the boards by Carly Boyle. And the Whitecaps chip it out. Just 10 seconds left to go. Citadel's got to get something going here. Foubert can't get it in the zone. 5 seconds to go. It's going to be killed out in front of us. And that's going to do it as the Quad County Whitecaps survive. 3-2 the final over the Metro West Force Citadels. What a game here from the Keating Center. Two teams that have to hold their heads high regardless of whether you are on the winning or losing side. But the Whitecaps now up to 6 points will be playing in the championship final tomorrow at 11 a.m. Their opponent yet to be determined and will come down to the final game of the day between the Metro East Inferno and the Metro West Force Citadels. What a game. Ava Landry with the game-winning goal with 3:43 left to go. And we'll have our player of the game ceremony, our awards given out. As they get set up down there, I'll quickly go through the goals. Bria McClellan in the first period. It was 1-0 Whitecaps after one. Then the Force got two in the second. Aveline Lefebvre and Rachel Hartnell back-to-back. Kate Morrow and then Landry for the Citadels. Ella Driscoll will be the player of the game for the Citadels. Katie Margaret McIntyre, the player of the game for the Quad County Whitecaps. Had an unreal performance as she gets swallowed up by her team here in front of the scorers table. But what a game. One of the best of the tournament so far, but final score, Quad County Whitecaps 3 and the Metro West Force Citadels 2. My name's Troy Langstaff. Thank you so much for joining me here on the High Button Sports live stream coverage of the U15AAA Provincial Female Championship. We roll on. 2 more games to go today before the final tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us, folks, and have a great day.